Brassington. I'm from a company called iBoardTouch. I've been involved in the interactive touch industry since 1997. A fact that scared the life out of me when I worked it out a couple of weeks ago. I've been involved with this technology with Promethean, Hitachi, Smartboard. I'm an accredited trainer. I've been responsible for the UK team since 2014, recently moved into the international arena. The document you've got does mention the name Pete and Claire. They are our researchers and do our training for us and put the case study together for us. You'll see later on. It's actually me doing the presentation course. I'm not Pete, and it's definitely not Claire. So who are we? We are a tier 1 manufacturer of high quality interactive education LED touch panels. We are a little bit different from most touchscreen manufacturers because we're responsible for both the research and development of both the hardware and the software. We're based in Leeds, established since 2011, and since that time have gained 10% of the UK market share and working to reproduce that across other interests in the world. Now, I thought I'd give you a bit of light relief. Has anybody heard an Englishman use the phrase, "Oh, that's a bit Keith Robinson"? Anybody? Well, bear with me, because I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction to this. So when an Englishman refers to Keith Robinson, he's talking about a complicated invention, possibly a little bit overcomplicated. A guy who was around in the early 20th century. He was actually a cartoonist, illustrator, and was really well famous for doing drawings of ridiculously complicated machines for achieving simple objectives. Now, there is a moral to this story. We will get to it, bear with me, but I'm going to show you some of his drawings and see if it draws a little bit of a laugh from you. So I'm sure I saw something like this on the way here on the building site. Yeah. Here's another one. This is collecting Easter eggs. Yeah. Here's an early attempt to split the atom. You're getting the idea now. This is a tunnel cleaning machine, and again I think I've seen something very similar to that here. No idea what this one's about, but the one that I like the best is the one at the bottom, cracking nuts for the officer's mess. 2 cannons firing at the nut. Okay? And the reason I'm showing you this is I'm going to show you what happens in classrooms, has been happening in classrooms since about 2005. Here's another example. Does this look familiar? How many people, show of hands please, use interactive whiteboards with a projector? Yeah? Okay, just a few. So if you think about this, what's happening, we've slung a box on the wall, like on the ceiling, we've slapped a panel on the wall, we've cabled it back to the PC in the corner, simply so we can do touch. That's what we call a Keith Robinson invention. Do you see what I mean? Okay? So is there a better way of doing things? Well, back in '97, when we were doing this, when we were installing over half a day a projector on the ceiling, whiteboard on the wall, etc., we would dream then. Wouldn't it be great if we could have one device, one thing to hang on the wall, one thing to plug in, one button to press? And actually, what we didn't realise at the time was we were describing a giant tablet, were we not? Yeah? And that's what we have today. So, this is off a video of our website. I think I haven't got the sound here, so I'll just play a little bit of this so that you can see the time. So basically, we produce interactive touchscreens such as this, but we also produce our own software. Now, the reason I mention this is that I do know here in India, a lot of people use Smartboard. So those people who raised their hands earlier, can I have another showing? Who uses Smartboard? Anyone? Thank you, so you've got one at the front here. Who uses Promethean? You use Promethean as well. Doubling up. Well done to you. Thank you very much. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying here is that there is an easy way of doing things. Now, the problem, as you all probably contest, if you're using who uses projectors? Yes, a few more. So using projectors onto a dry erase board or a projection screen. Okay. What's the problem with projectors? Do they get a bit dim? Do you have to close the curtains? Dim the lights? Nodding heads now, yes? Okay. Yeah, and that's been the inherent problem. Now, what a lot of you probably won't know is that, well, you'll know that it costs, what, £300 to replace a bulb in a projector. Yeah, every 3 years or something like that. What you probably won't know is that a projector will cost you probably about £436 a year to run on electricity. Yeah? This technology uses £80 and 60 pence worth of technology a year. So the price has got to a level now where it's actually quite an easy decision to move across into this type of technology. So what is an iBoard? So basically what it does, it gives you, sorry, I've just jumped a giant slide there, I think that's probably wise considering the time. People have been using interactive whiteboards and projection screens, you get a poor quality image. Yeah, it degrades after a while. I've been into a classroom in not too distant past where I sat down and the teacher tried to present something to me and I said, excuse me a minute, have you actually turned the projector on? Yeah. Also, if you're using interactive whiteboards, it's a single point of touch, so the children fight over control. The tracking rate is poor. It's not a good writing experience. You have to calibrate every so often. As I mentioned, expensive bulbs, high electricity. And what this basically leads to is a lack of engagement. Yeah? Disillusionment of the technology, negative effect on teaching and learning, diminishment of interactivity in the classroom, back to the DIDAC, the pedagogic style of teaching, and frustration and stressful and concern. So I'm going to tell you a story now about a school in England who went through that process. They had interactive whiteboards and they went through that pain. Yeah? And I always believe if you can take the pain away, that's a good thing to do. So they're in the Cotswolds in the centre of England. We can zoom in on them and you can see it's quite nice surroundings. They've got about 400 pupils there. Yeah? And the head teacher's comments that came back to us, I've just taken a few comments out of there. The projector work was not working properly, which basically was affecting the classes and her curriculum and her targets. You know, it wasn't supporting the teachers and the children. Whatever she was looking at had to be easy to use, reliable and show good value for money. What she found was that the staff warmed to them very quickly. Following the training, they got a bit of a buzz going, and what was actually happening is as teachers were gathering in meetings and in the dining room, is they would talk to each other about what they found on the boards. And the children found them also very easy to use because they're very similar to tablets. You know, this generation, the millennium generation, have got used to that. Yeah, they understand that. Yeah. And in fact, if you put a laptop in front of a young child now, invariably they'll try and touch the screen, won't they? They know that. Yeah. And so what happens, she found her, she was getting inspired children, the teachers were getting more enthusiastic once again in the teaching. And in particular, I just wanted to finish on that one, it's a fantastic decision that she would make all over again. This is one of her teachers, and just realised, of course, you're not going to be able to hear this, guys, so there's no point in showing you that video either, because we haven't got the sound hooked up. Are we able to do that, guys? I've got a few minutes. Are we able to hook up sound? No worries, don't worry about it, okay. But what was more important, I think, is the comments from the kids. I like how big it is. I don't worry if I can go to the front and I can write easily. We get to work on the screen more. It's quieter. I can hear more better. Not very good English there. It's easy to see and I don't have to shut the blinds. So those people who nodded at that one, there you go. You don't have to shut the blinds. Like Google Maps on it. My favourite is the sound. It's really loud when you need it to be. And the teacher lets us do lots of work at the front now. So basically what we've got is some very exciting technology. It's going to revolutionise how you teach in the classroom. Our software will open smart files. The new version also now opens Promethean files directly within our software. So if anybody has come across anyone using Smart, they've moved goalposts recently. You now have to subscribe to their software. And it's a cost that the schools don't like. So what we're saying is don't worry about that. Take your existing legacy materials, open it up in our software. Yeah. We also have software that allows you to collaborate. Who's using tablets now in the classroom? Thank you. A few more. Anyone else? Something to use tablets? That's something that's going to come out now more. So we have a software that allows you to two-way duplicate between the tablet and the whiteboard. So if I draw on the board, it appears on your tablet. If I give you permission, you can reply on your tablet and come up here. Now, my demonstration, I do a 90-degree angle, I show the 90 degrees, I mark that one up at 45, and I say, well, what's that one? And then pass that to you. And you have to respond, okay? It's got a voting system built in as well. And the other bit of software that we do is remote collaboration. Can I ask how many of you have experimented with video conferencing? Anybody? Anybody use Skype? WebEx, something like that, okay? So the potential, thank you very much. Any more bids? Thank you. Higher. So what I'm saying here is that video conferencing is great. I can see you and I can hear you, but if I need to share data with you, I've got a bit of a problem. Yeah? So if I want to work a spreadsheet with you or a document with you, I've got a problem. Well, our software, we can have a remote go to noughts and crosses in real time. Yeah? You can write, I can write, and we can be writing on a document together. And you can record it. So, very, very powerful software indeed. Now, I'm coming to a short bit of time actually, because the videos, we missed out the videos. But basically, what I'm here for the next couple of days, we're over on E7 on the British stand. I would invite you to come over and join us. More than welcome to come over and join us, and I can certainly put you through the paces on the system and show you it in its full anger. So, thank you very much for your time. My second time in India, last time was Kerala as a tourist, back about 10 years ago. Loved it. Great to be back here again, and look forward to seeing you on the stand. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Have a second.